money when I'm in need. Oh, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, she's a gold digger way over town that digs on me. Oh, digs on me. She gives me money when I'm in need. Oh, she's a trifling friend indeed. Oh, it's not a gold digger. Jamie Foxx remixed Ray Charles' original song. It's way over town and digging me. Oh, that's sweet on me. Shout out to Black Music Month. I just put a little meme on my page talking about Black Music Month. I was just posing a question. Oh, by the way, good morning, everybody. Go ahead and grab your cup of coffee. It's like 8 in the morning. I've been up since like 6, but I have to get my thoughts together. Really like 5:30, but scowling through social media and getting my original thoughts together as well. I'll call it my morning run because I may take a brisk but short run this morning after I'm done espousing my views and my opinions on the topics of the day or whatever on my mind. So thank you all for those of you who will be joining me. Thank you so much for joining me. Those of you who will be watching the replay, thank you so much. And don't forget to hit that Cash App because y'all know what I say is gold, in my opinion. So go ahead and sip on your cup of coffee. I'll do the talking. All right, just sip. Good morning, Amber. So anyway, happy Black Music Month and beforehand, happy Juneteenth. I was just wondering, where's all the black music posts? I've seen a few on TikTok, the same few, Barry White. I think I've seen a Bobby Womack. Nita Baker is at the Venetian in Vegas. So, but I'm surely sipping right on. And so, Black Music Month was designated as an official month by Jimmy Carter in 1978 or 79. I started to Google it, where it came from and all of that. And so we did a pretty good job up until the last, I think, 3 years of celebrating the significance of Black Music Month. And, that LGBT community is almost like a tick on a dog's ass. Always you trying to scratch, but you can't reach together. You ever seen your dog try to scratch for a tick on his ass and he can't get to it? That's the LGBT community. They're always like a tick on the black community's ass. Always riding our back, our coattails. Trying to, the way they try to get these false rights and all this fake shit. But anyway, so Black Music Month has been overshadowed by way of major corporations and mainstream media by pushing, quote unquote, Pride Month. There's 2 words that community has co-opted: gay and pride. So whenever people think of pride, they think of gay. Whenever they think of the rainbow, they think of gay. Whenever they think of the word gay, it's not happy, they think of homosexuality. And we as people who are normal thinking, who believe in God and nature, we have to stand up and tell these people, y'all, get thee behind me, Satan. So, get thee behind me. No, don't be afraid. What are religious? What are believers at? Get these folks in check. I don't care if you got a niece or nephew or uncle or cousin or whatever is gay. We all do. Hell, we all got fat folks in our family too, but we don't get tired of talking about that. We tell the facts about obesity. So let's talk about the facts about those weirdos. We talk about the politics. And so we've allowed, as black folks, something else to be taken away. Or they'll join in on it, fine. You can have some of the month too, LGBTQPIA, pedosexuals, pedophiles, whatever. You can have a part of the month. But I understand why our community doesn't move forward and continue to celebrate the richness of who we are as black Americans or people of African descent. We just sit back and we wait on the white media to push our product. And when they push it, it's rarely in our favor. So why don't we ever push our own product? We don't push HBCUs like they should. We got 43 million Negroes. We can't even send 1 million black kids to black colleges. Carter G. Woodson, I hope you've been paying attention to the last 100 years of black folks. We just sit back and we just all put it all in the hands of the oppressor. Like we've gotten lazy. But back to the whole June just being just overwrought with, quote, pride. Like, what happened? What happened? You know, and it's okay. They can claim their space of the month. But it's interesting. They say whatever, something that's significant to black folks, the LGBT loves to crowd in on it. But they didn't pick a month where George Washington's birthday or Abraham Lincoln's. Well, what was it? Abraham Lincoln, it's Black History Month. Somehow they're going to throw pride in wherever black folks go. That tick on our ass called the gay community is going to be there. It's amazing. And it's not a competition. It's about reclaiming. You know how we all got excited? Not me. When Maxine Waters yelled on the House floor, "I'm reclaiming my time. I'm reclaiming my time. I yield. I'm reclaiming my time." Well, we need to get in our Maxine Waters voices and tell the LGBT community, anybody else, we're reclaiming the month, goddammit. We're sick of y'all. Y'all not very original. Everything that black folks do. I mean, all of them done it. Immigrants, everybody's come over, jumped the fence or swum over voluntarily, have co-opted everything that's black. We sitting around and act like we never existed. It's not about them erasing us. It's about us giving them the damn pencil with the eraser. Hell, we own pencils. We own computer, typewriters, all the whole stuff. Well, why don't we continue to write our own story and our own narrative and support it? So we gonna let them just take Black Music Month. I guess we've noticed that R&B music and black music is so co-opted, it's so trash that we're like, well, hell, what is there to celebrate? Because certainly it's rarely any current black music that we can celebrate, you know. So we have to go back and find Barry White. We have to go back and find Nita Bakers and old Whitney and Michael Jackson and old Prince. No, shout out belated birthday to Prince, by the way. Prince's birthday is this month. They're going to throw in some pride crap. And so, they always talk about inclusion. They love to talk about fucking inclusion. Now, y'all like to come in and take over. Why don't y'all just do y'all part and move on? But here's the part that we're not paying attention to. I mean, you know it's a bunch of BS when you try to force people to get down with what you're doing. Force people. You know, especially when the shit ain't real and it's totally unnatural. You're going to force people, try to publicly shame people who don't get down with the LGBTQPs and pedosexual pedophiles, IA. That's insane. And before 1974, when they really marched and fought to have the designation of being a mental illness taken out of the DSM-3, that's what it was. They used to do shock therapy for people that thought they were man trapped in a woman's body, woman trapped in the man's body, and thought they were gay, had the same sex attraction. They used to actually do shock therapy in these psychiatric hospitals. It's a mental illness. But they had to take it out because they understood what they wanted to do for the future. Or make sure they want to normalize mental illness. That's what has happened. We've normalized mental illness. The politicians just go along wherever the money flows. So if you don't have any money, putting your money towards your people, well, people, they tend to ignore you. And so they bought off and threatened a whole lot of politicians, including the presidents. One president they couldn't intimidate was, former President Donald Trump. But this Biden cat, oh my God. Well, I think you have to, don't take much to intimidate him. Because he's already on board. He's been a racist all his life. Shout out to Delaware. Anything you think they'll suppress and supplant, oppress blacks, he's down for it. So, but yeah, it's Black Music Month. Let's get the posts up, y'all. Let's get the t-shirts made. Let's throw up the black fist. Let's celebrate our music. I know a lot of the stuff that these record labels have put out is trash, which I hear on the radio, a lot of it is trash. very counterproductive, very counter-racial. Like we don't care anymore. We just go ahead and Black Music Month is just thrown out the window. After a while, they're gonna have a pride parade next to the Juneteenth. And it's like we just stand like we can't do, and act as if we can't do anything about it. We just stand by. Who y'all think finna help us do this thing in this real life? Jesus Christ? That ain't finna help. Hell, he couldn't even help himself. If it was a real person, couldn't he help himself? People wouldn't even help him then. And more on this LGBT bullying and foolishness. There's this LGBT advocate by the name of Sarah Spain. She was invited on ESPN recently to try to publicly shame and attack Major League Baseball players for not wearing a patch, I guess a gay pride patch on their uniforms. And they said for religious reasons. Now, it's interesting how religious reasons are used and accepted, ordinarily across the board for anything else. But this woman, Sarah Spain, a white woman, not very attractive, she wanted to discount their belief, their religion, and attack them for being homophobic, and accuse them of being homophobic for not wearing the gay pride patch. And I want to say shout out to those players who stood their ground. And I was reading the comments on Twitter, and one person that made a lot of sense. He said, hey, you can support them without promoting them. They don't have to promote you, but see, that's the bullying and the mental illness of these people. Good morning, Tino. That's the bullying and the intimidation factors that the liberal left and the Democratic liberal left, hard left, try to push on people. If you ain't with it, well, you don't need to be with us. You don't need to be in society if you're not with this foolishness. And now, mind you now, the gay community is barely a percentage of 5% of a whole percent of the population. But how they get this much goddamn corporate participation? I have a problem when I see these NFL players and NBA players wearing them pink-ass socks and pink tennis shoes for Susan G. Coleman's breast cancer week. I think that's a bit off. But when you're a corporate employee, I guess you have to do what the company tells you to do. So I don't work for no damn company. I don't wear uniforms. If it doesn't have a black college on the front of it, I'm not wearing it. I don't wear nobody's name brands. I don't care what I work for. Now, I have worn a cap. Now, I'll just say this. My little part-time gig, I do wear the little cap sometime, but nothing major. So she's trying to shame them, and the rhetoric is ridiculous, and a lot of people called her out on it. But they're still giving platforms to speak this way, to speak disparagingly against people, about people who refuse to get down with their get down, if you will. Don't nobody have to be down with y'all like that. LGBTQP is a pedosexual pedophile IA. Don't nobody have to be down with y'all like that. You can't force people. Hell, because you already know it's against God and nature. We letting you make it. We don't bother you, but y'all love to bother people. Fuck wrong with y'all? But nobody's standing up and putting these people in check, or they're purposely suppressing the platforms and avenues where people can really let the LGBTQP as a pedosexual pedophile IA have it. I guess it's going to include Instagram and Facebook as well. But the nerve of Sarah Spain, how dare you? Who are you supposed to be? But you had to ask a lot of them. And they got everybody trained. Even the black rappers don't say nothing about gays. But they'll talk about killing blacks and quote-unquote niggas all day long. But they won't say nothing against gays or whites or Muslim, anybody else. But they'll still talk crazy. And Asians, they'll talk crazy about their own race. And that's how everybody seems to have black people controlled. Now, you stay and throw mud at each other, but if you dare get a splat on that mud on us, you going down. In old school words, sucker. So, y'all gonna Google that whole thing. What's my next one? Hold on, I had a list. See here, we might now talk about Michael B. Jordan. This is not gonna take long. Because I already did a video of Michael B. Jordan. It is being reported all over the place that he and Lori Harvey have officially broken up. and they're saying that she wasn't serious when he allegedly proposed to her, and she allegedly was not ready. And of course, people are putting out memes and stuff and saying she for the streets and all of that. Hold on, y'all. Let me go across the street here and all of that. Well, I'm gonna tell y'all something that I told y'all probably a year ago when he first started dating her. But y'all don't believe me because I've been probably labeled as a hater and anti-this, anti-that. Well, we're the ones who are telling y'all the hard-nosed truth. The both y'all label anti-this and anti-that. Okay. Good morning, Kevin. What's up, bro? And so, Michael B. Jordan is a very, based on his image and what he presents, very intelligent, very nice man. And there's I think a special I saw him, someone did a feature on him and his family. Very nice mother and father, black couple. He was raised in a suburban environment. And Michael B. Jordan does not do anything or does not say anything against anybody. A very nice man. And Michael B. Jordan doesn't bother anybody. Michael B. Jordan has a first preference of white women. He likes white women. But y'all remember that video came out when he was, I guess, on this yacht in Italy on vacation with all them skinny booties, skinny white girls. And black women got so upset. And so, when I saw him started dating Lori Harvey, I said, hold on a minute. I think the people or the producers and the directors of the Black Panther movie, told him, hey, bro, black women, they're the biggest consumers. And, they brag about being the top shoppers and consumers in America. So we want to keep their wallets and purses open. So you're considered a very handsome and sexy black male figure, eligible black man who's a millionaire and a Hollywood famous superstar. So it wouldn't look right for you to continue to delve into your preference of women. But for marketing purposes, can you kind of tone it down, brother? Because we got another Black Panther movie that we need to make. We need black women rushing to the theaters. And so, this is just me talking, y'all. So, again, Michael B. Jordan likes white women. This is what I told a year ago. I don't know which one of those videos I did, but I'm sure it's up there somewhere. And so, Michael B. Jordan chose the whitest black chick that he could find. That is Lori Harvey. If y'all look at her mother's background, there's plenty of Caucasians. But, we love to call biracial people and Creole people black people as long as they don't look like me or Don Cheadle or Whoopi Goldberg. We love to claim mulattoes as black. Lori Harvey is a mulatto. But that's historic. Look at your history. Read your history. And so Michael Jordan said, okay, well, let me pick one that is as closest to what I like. Without having to go and get me a Lupita Nyong'o. I think they tried to somehow put those two together, and that's not what that was. They tried to put her and T'Challa together in real life. My man who passed away, but no, that's not. Hell, even in the movie, her and T'Challa didn't have any, her character, T'Challa's character, the character T'Challa did not have any chemistry, any sexual chemistry. At the end, that little kiss they did was just like, wow, really? Okay, so anyway, or whatever they call themselves doing at the end of the movie, it was just trash. So anyway, so he went and found, and then I think he just randomly picked somebody. He gonna pick a chick who just got down with Future. So he wasn't being serious, right? If he could have found a very light-skinned black black woman that wasn't Lori Harvey. He's going to go and get what's called a social media influencer who had just spent time with Future, and that's who he presented to the world as his woman. I like, dude, what are you doing? How you gonna selling your brand like that? You're a decent brother. You're a clean-cut brother. And so sisters were satisfied. Oh, we got him a black woman. Because sisters are the biggest colorists. And it went on longer than I expected. That he actually suffered through a year. They may or may not have had sex. Y'all know how Hollywood has always been putting people together. It goes back to the 40s and the 50s. When they used to have those Hollywood premieres. Go look at those old black and white movies. What you say? Tino said, and did Diddy and his sons. Wow. Y'all trying to put out there like that, huh? Well, Lori, Lori's doing Lori. And that's most young black females, or those who identify as, that's what they do when they're young and fine. They for the streets, then they pull a Sierra, and then they go get them a Russell Wilson. But it's always a Russell Wilson waiting for somebody else's one man's trash, another man's treasure philosophy kind of chick. So anyway, so he suffered through it and then made it the whole thing. Supposedly proposed to her and she didn't want to. Well, I don't know. All I know is I appreciate the narrative that they put out, that he tried to propose to her and she allegedly turned him down and all kinds of stuff. I'm glad that's the scenario they're allowing him to go out with, because now he can say officially, I tried to date a black woman, but sisters, and y'all know I'm eligible, I'm all of that. And so she said no and blah, blah, blah. So he's been kind of freed and cleared to go back to his roots, his dating roots. That is white women. There's nothing about that. Nothing wrong. I mean, that's his preference. Because if it was some black chick that dated a white man, sisters would be cheering up and down. That's right, sister. Love knows no color. There's no boundary. Get your love, sis. So Michael B. Jordan, you go and be happy, bro. And this just happens to be his preference. It is what it is. And I like Michael B. Jordan. And let me tell you something. They went so far as to create this movie. It's the Denzel Washington movie. I went to see it, but in some parts of it I didn't particularly care for. It's called A Journal for Jordan. They had Michael B. Jordan in that movie, right? Now, the most famous, and then he just been named the sexiest man alive. Did y'all see the lead lady in that movie, a little halfway thick? She was all right, but not for Michael B. Jordan. This what y'all gonna get, an average, fluffy, not even shapely, kind of thicky chick? That's not who Michael B. Jordan dates in real life. They couldn't even get him a beautiful, fine, dark skin or brown skin chick. She's just an average bitch. Her sister looked better than her in the movie, the woman. I said, wow, just to appease the accepted normality of obesity in the black community. What's up, Dennis? Good morning, brother. And so just to appease these hateful, insecure sisters in our community, they got him an average black chick, and that's Michael B. Jordan, damn it. Kevin said it was a decent movie. It was okay. Certain parts of that movie I didn't care for. When he said that whole part about, I don't care what a woman does, whatever she says, or anything she does to you, there's never any reason to put your hands on a woman. That's why I totally disagree with that. So anyway, congratulations, Michael B. Jordan. You've been freed from the foolishness. And go back and do your thing, brother. Because again, Michael B. Jordan doesn't bother anybody. He doesn't. He doesn't bother anybody. And y'all leave that dude alone, sisters. Damn. Just because they famous, they don't mean that they belong to you. You got a bunch of average brothers around here who work as the postman, the principal of high schools. He's a teacher. He's a plumber. He's everything that in society that you need, but y'all walk past him. All y'all can't get a famous black man. Yeah, but you walk past average guys, and the ones that's walking past the average guys are less than average their damn self. Nobody cares about how much you make, but are you fine? Are you attractive? Do you have a sweet disposition, feminine, fit? Do you have an active gym membership? That's all. Yeah, but y'all around here looking like, quote unquote, Big Shirley, and think you're supposed to get a Michael B. Jordan, you out of your mind. Hell, even I knew I wasn't in the league to get Janet Jackson doing the Velvet Rope tour, but I knew I can get her little stuffed pig ass now. And I don't want her now. She's trash. Hell, I knew then. I knew I couldn't get Megan Good when she was in Biker Boys, but I probably can get the little tramp. Get her now, and I'd still knock down Megan Good because she's still gorgeous at 41. But I wouldn't have those feelings I had for her when she was in Biker Boys. Come on, somebody. Ooh. Or waist deep. Keep it coming, Holy Spirit. Ooh. But she all right now. You see what I'm saying? Things change. No. I know I'm not Denzel, but I'm a star, goddammit. I'm one of those happy, proud, average at best brothers, and it's okay. I'll take a cute average sister with a sweet disposition, a size 0 to 6. Yeah, cause I'm an average man don't mean I like a fat chick and a mean bitch and a weave wearing beat face broad, makeup wearing broad, a chick who watches P Valley. Yeah, I'm average, brother. Yeah, I got to work this stomach off. That's why I'll be walking and running, trying to get it done here by the end of the summer. So, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. Do your thing, brother. And I want to mention, speaking of a man in his preference or his opinions and ideas, you know, Dr. Umar Johnson is coming up under a lot of scrutiny because the swirl community, a lot of black men who are swirlers, they think it's their time to attack him. But first we discussed him when he was in the video with the so-called Persian woman. He was just smiling and, you know, asking about her incense, and the video came out, proved that he was not trying to get at her. He was not trying to holler at her. They wouldn't accept that. This is to the swirlers out there, these hurt swirlers, the black dudes who are hurt swirlers. And that's your preference. But, so now there's a picture going around with him with this slender, I guess she's Latina or some kind of non-black woman, but she's whatever it is, she's not black. So they've gone so far as to try to hold him to his word about interracial. Now listen now, he speaks about interracial marriage and reproducing children with non-blacks. That's what Dr. Umar talks about, and he is telling the truth. Now let me say this again. If you are interested in the progression of the black race, marrying a non-black woman and having children with a non-black woman, fellas, means that you've chosen elsewhere. You can't call mixed people black because they're not black. It takes a black mother and a black father to make a black child, like it takes a white mother and a white father to make a white baby. How come y'all don't understand that? Why we gotta be all this mixed shit, multicultural shit that still mean? And one thing I like about white, they know what white is. We don't seem to know what black is, and I'm not stupid. And so, the swirling community. And so, that's what he talks about. But let me get to the pettiness of the hurt swirling community. And again, that's your preference, like Michael B. Jordan, all that. See, what Dr. Umar talks about is what the scholars spoke about as relates to the progression of our race. If you're interested, again, let me say this, because I don't care who you date. So I'm going to preface this by saying, only if you're interested in the proliferation of the black race, this is what I'm saying. But if you're not, go ahead and date out. No, see, dating and marrying, dating and creating children are two different things now. Because there are black men who have sex with Asian chicks, white chicks, Latina chicks, what else? African, everybody. But see, I look at who you reproduce children with. I look at who you marry. That lets me know where your head is. Dr. Frances Cress Welsing said it so eloquently, her and Brother Neely Fuller. Who you lay down with is who you share your political and other philosophies with. Who you lay down with, meaning you married, who you reproduce with. That's where your loyalties lie. And so she never lied. Rest in power, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. And I don't know if Brother Neely Fuller is still with us, but shout out to Brother Neely Fuller. So that's what it is, y'all. And so the swirlers are coming out and saying, see, he taking pictures with these people. Let me tell y'all something about professionalism and truth and raw humanity. I share a lot of opinions about the institution of the Divine Nine. But so if y'all see me in the pictures with some Qs or some Kappas or some deltas. So y'all say, oh my God, Rico being a hypocrite. Oh wow, I guess he want to be a part of them now. No, dumbass. I don't mistreat people based on their affiliations and all that. I've never disrespected anybody as a person because of who they're married to or what they're affiliated with. If you cool with me at that moment and nice, I'm nice to you at that moment. And I don't have any animosity against anybody because of what they pledged, Dumbo. So now, you got Umar Johnson. So y'all are so mad that you even throw logic out the window. Yeah, he speaks against interracial marriages and the interracial reproduction of children. As he should, just like Jews do, Italians do, white folks do, everyone does it, and goddamn it, Asians sure do it. You go to Japan or China and see how many Negroes walking around in the mall around there. Everybody is yellow, homogenous society, and it works for them, and nobody hardly ever ducks outside of this. So when black people preach, well, we need to be with black folks, all of a sudden we the problem, that ain't nothing but some goddamn plantation behavior. That plantation owner needed us to continue to be divided, and not because unity, according to Dr. Elijah Muhammad, said years ago, that is more powerful than an atomic bomb. And we're like, we have a problem with that. What's wrong with black folks being together? I want to ask these blacks, what is the problem with black people being together? Like, you have a problem with it. You can do all that you want to do. But there are a lot of us who still believe in Chocolate City. You understand? So Dr. Umar Johnson taking a picture with a Persian woman and smiling. Y'all think he's an evil man or something all day long? God damn. I'm sure some people get the trip when they see me smiling on pictures. Y'all think my life every day, or Dr. Umar's life all day long, is grim? It's full of anger and vitriol? No, that's you and your fucking insecurity. He's talking about you, and nobody likes to be talked about or the finger pointed at. I get that. But don't try to make up stuff like he's this monster or something. You goddamn right. I ain't never been with no white woman in anything like that, but I'm going to take a picture with one if I'm at the club. I'm going to dance with one too. And I have danced with white girls. What the fuck that got to do with me? I'm not fucking them and I'm trying to marry her. Shit, there's some around there that play volleyball for UConn. They can probably get it. But anyway. So having said that, you know, y'all cut it out. Stop trying to pretend you don't know what the brother's message is because you made a choice to jump over the fence. You made that choice, now deal with it. We ain't gonna stop talking about what is true about our race because you decide to leave the race. Fuck you. On behalf of Dr. Umar Johnson, now, I don't agree with everything he says, especially when he hates on black men and try to give black women excuses for wearing blonde weave and not telling them to get their behinds in the gym. But other than that, Dr. Umar Johnson ain't lying. And anything he says, it can be researched. So stop trying to make something out of nothing when y'all see a picture of him with a skinny white woman or Latina taking pictures. Hell, y'all ain't never heard of, good morning, Mary Max Good. Y'all ain't never heard of broad appeal? Y'all think only black people listen to Dr. Umar Johnson? He has broad appeal. And guess what? Y'all think when he's out in the public in the mall, he's supposed to be face bound up? Yeah, he ain't no black Hebrew Israelite, and they full of shit. You bring a blonde white woman around them old cussing loud ass black Hebrew Israelites, all of them gonna melt like Negro butter. So just cut it out. No, people aren't prisoners of their philosophies. They're just sharing information. You can accept it or not. If you think the information is untrue, well, prove it. Don't prove with these moral platitudes like, well, you know, people are people, love is love. Don't do that. Let's go with the facts. And genetic annihilation is the truth. Dr. Claude Anderson broke down what race really means. Race is actual race of a group. A race for natural resources, political power, economic dominance. That's what race is, and black people, we're failing. And then some Negro gonna say, well, I read comments and shit. Well, you know, our biggest problem is police murdering us. And I had to tell him, I said, well, interracial marriage and interracial reproduction of children, and police murdering black folks both contribute to black genetic annihilation. So what the fuck you talking about? All kinds of these little moral sayings and these those so-called humanity sayings that they come up with to excuse. Dr. Umar Johnson, if Dr. Umar Johnson is making you nervous and upset because you want to be with the Asian girl or the whatever girl, white girl or whatever, you know, that's on you. He just speaks generally. And yes, he talks about these famous black men who be with these non-black women because he understands, like you understand, the power of influence. If we're about the business of pushing our people towards each other, our athletes, our movie stars and our athletes, all those who have a platform that reaches millions, when they show the image of black men and black women going the opposite direction of the race, well, that plays the part on the psyche of the rest of the people. That's why they hire people to make them famous so they can push an agenda. Yeah, remember I told y'all how what's his name? LeBron James, 6'9", wearing little children ass clothes. That's a pushing a feminine, weird ass, weak and broken man agenda. He had them little shorts to his knees, that little bit ass suitcase. And you see how Cam Newton dresses and all that stuff. That's an agenda to weaken and to buck break big, strong black men. The way it's done on the plantation. Don't y'all read anything? Okay. Hold on, let me put my list out. I think I got a couple of more topics right here. Let me see. I talked about Black Music Month, gay pride attacks. Let me see, blah, 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 black swirlers. And I want to say this about Charmaine. Good morning, sweetheart. I want to talk about add more to the Monique situation. Now I got another video on there when I talked about Monique, and I broke it down in my opinion what I thought. And so now Monique is continue to do her, and I'm still asking the question: where the hell are black women? Why aren't y'all supporting her? And Groves, because what Monique is saying is relation to those contracts, just like she did with Netflix and otherwise with Oprah, Tyler, and all those. It's going to have a positive domino effect on future black girls and black women and women in general. So I understand, where are the black feminists? Where are all the sororities? Why aren't y'all jumping on the bandwagon on the topic of what Monique is doing instead of being starstruck about who she's attacking? All those people that y'all taking up for, Oprah, Tyler Perry, Lee Daniels, they don't give a shit about the black race. They don't. All of them got issues. Again, if y'all look at that list, when D.L. Hughley put out that list saying who she's upset: Netflix, Lionsgate, Tyler Perry, Oprah, Lee Daniels, Roland Martin. They're all homosexuals, black Greeks, black gatekeepers, and Jews. And the very people that we always say are suppressing or oppressing black images, black voices, all of that. But somehow, y'all, how come I'm the only one that picked that shit up? That she's into it with the very people who live and spend money every year, every month to oppress and suppress blackness. And make sure they push out LGBT, push out thugs, and our women acting and looking like whores and ratchet thoughts and lesbians, and the guys a bunch of closeted DL or openly gay dudes all in the movie, and thugs and ratchet dudes. These are the very people that put out all the abuse and the trauma about black folks. Good morning, Charles. What's up, brother? That's who she's getting into it with. And y'all didn't see that? Stop making me feel like I'm the only one got good sense. Hell, again, I told y'all, I learned when the scholars were speaking when I was at Grambling State University. When the scholars came through, I get a chance to hear what they were saying. I read their books. Y'all think that stuff is it's not relevant now? They told the truth. And so now, instead of dealing with what Monique was talking about, she put her evidence out there. DL tried to put his out there. You know, she used the image or a recording that DL put out on Sway in the Morning. His SM Sirius Radio satellite show. Damn, it's Sway in the Morning. Damn. And And he was talking about how people don't believe folks because if they're attacking people that they like. And he said he even, didn't even believe his own daughter when she said it was a man that he liked, sexually assaulted her. Well, Monique replayed the video that he made. And so that was, so people jumped on that. Why she bring her daughter up in that? Why is she re-traumatized? It wasn't re-traumatization, y'all. She wasn't re-traumatized. And Monique put that up there to show you his character. Everything is relevant. All is relevant when it's public information. Where y'all at? She did it to prove his character or lack thereof. Remember, this the same dude who's supposed to be in love with his wife and then bless his daughter's heart. I know she's just speaking up for her dad as she's supposed to. And I ain't knocking nothing she said. I used to talk about my dad or put my mom out there. Damn right, I'll have something to say. But, she wasn't out of line for using his own words to explain the kind of dude that he is. Now, this the same dude that had a whole girlfriend or his wife for years and had a baby with that girlfriend. The poor little baby died because the girlfriend's boyfriend reportedly killed the baby. And it's some more thing, But thing is, see, it's public information because he put it out there. Like anybody can use anything that you put out there. Now, you can get mad about him using it, but we put it out there. Monique just used this, so y'all stop being deflected. But why did she doing the most? She's extra. She's doing too much. Let me tell y'all something about people using information. Since y'all want to go there. So y'all gonna act like the FBI didn't try to put Dr. King out there about, as being a whoremonger and a cheater on his wife. Y'all remember that? How many of y'all gonna say, well, damn, they ain't have to play the recordings of him being with another woman. The FBI y'all ain't have to do all that. And the man talking about freedom for his people. What's that got to do with anything? Well, they tried to put him out there. Then later on, this big-haired weirdo fucker by the name of Manning Marable tried to put out that Malcolm X was a homosexual. Why you had to put that out there, bro? What's that got to do with Malcolm X talking about black unity? Y'all see how history could teach you? Y'all shut the fuck up. Non-reading motherfuckers. History, read it. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Y'all say that all the time. So don't get me to thinking. That's probably why I be up in the morning and be up all night. My brain don't ever stop. And so, again, Monique is speaking for a lot of people. Ooh, hold on, y'all. I'm going to get across the street for run on my ass. Hold on, y'all. Wait a minute. And so Monique is speaking for a lot of women and people in general. And y'all are going against her. You're not supporting her because she's upsetting your favorite celebrities. Because we're a nation of people that love to beg for jobs. That's why I ain't gonna talk about Tyler Perry. I'm finna move to Atlanta. He probably put me in one of his movies that totally disrespect men and make sisters like a bunch of lesbians and white men worshiping swirlers. So we don't want to rock the boat. God dog. So shout out to Monique. She doesn't know anybody in the politics, but what she does from here on out, it is what it is. But when y'all start talking crazy about Monique, you might as well talk crazy about Fannie Lou Hamer. You might as well talk crazy about Harriet Tubman. You might as well talk crazy about Ida B. Wells Burnett. You might as well talk crazy about Phyllis Wheatley. You might as well talk crazy about any of these other sisters who were also frowned upon because they dared to speak out against the power structure that was definitely oppressing our people. You go ahead. Go on. I dare you. No, Monique is not perfect. Neither were any of those women that I named. But they put a product out there that was trying to move us forward and get folks to think. And here it is, the age of feminism and black girl rocks and black girl magic and black women are independent. Y'all dissing a sister who's actually standing up for you because you're a bunch of job beggars and a bunch of status seekers. Well, I say, can't take people, a lot of you seriously. Full of shit. Anyway, I digress. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I ain't gonna hold y'all, but anybody want to talk to me, I got a couple of minutes. So push that green button right there if anybody want to share their thoughts. I hope the wind doesn't drown you out, but I got a couple of minutes before I get my jog on, just a little bit to sweat it up, and maybe I find a DVD says working out to the oldies, so step into the oldies. Yeah, then shout out to Black Music Month. And y'all hit your boy on that Cash App too. Dang. No, $ Rico the Opinionist. PayPal and Cash App. So, yeah, hit that little green button if anybody want to share their thoughts or anything I've spoken on this morning. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with those who disagree at all. But I'd like to hear your original thought on any of this. My word isn't law. It's just these are my thoughts. So if anybody like to come in and say what you think about any of these topics, I talked about 4 or 5 things. And that was going on this morning when I woke up like 5:30, 6 o'clock this morning. Tomorrow, I have clients tomorrow, so. Does anybody want to come on? Come on. Press that little green button right there. If not, I can go ahead and do my thing. When I hang up, I guess when I shut this down, Mary Max, call me good. If you can, I'll talk to you later. Y'all be cool. Peace.